This is a Greyshot 117 here.
And Greyshot 151.
And we are bringing you a review of The Foreigner. It's a film that just came out, had a kick-ass trailer.
Yep.
And stars Jackie Chan
Pierce Brosnan.
and Pierce Brosnan, two fantastic movie stars from the 90s, I would say. That's when, at least it was huge.
Especially with
Brosnan had...
GoldenEye.
Well, the James Bond
That's what
series is where a lot of people would see him from. And Jackie Chan had a lot of 90s era, like, action comedies that kind of both went into the early 2000s.
Rush Hour, The Medallion.
And then Pierce Brosnan
Tuxedo.
had a couple more. He had, like, a couple crime films that came out. But he has since gone under. Same thing with Jackie Chan. We have not really seen them in like a major.
Rush Hour 3, I think, was the last big thing Jackie Chan was in, other than voice work in, let's say, Kung Fu Panda.
Pierce Brosnan, I think, like The Escape, or what was it?
I think, you know what
Escape?
I think of?
What?
The Escape movie with Owen Wilson.
Yeah. Wow. Anyway, move on.
Any case, yes, this movie essentially takes place with Jackie Chan stars as a 60-year-old man, essentially. So himself. Basically, he is taking his daughter someplace, and there is an incident. His daughter passes, and he then goes on a quest to find out who the men that planted the bomb that killed his daughter actually, who they were, and he on a quest of vengeance. This is very much not like The Medallion. This is not Jackie Chan Taken. Yeah. This is like Jackie Chan with part of Taken, and the other part a thriller that really stars Pierce Brosnan. It's kind of like the two are side by side in their own movie, and they go back and forth, with Jackie Chan basically finding or leading himself to Pierce Brosnan's character, because he for reasons that go explained, he's had training and he knows that Pierce Brosnan, or has his gut is basically, or he's basically feeling that Pierce Brosnan knows something. While on the flip side, Pierce Brosnan is in charge of the IRA, at least for his section. Again, this is a political group that, again, in the 90s and past, did horrible things.
Yeah, again, for those who don't know, the IRA was essentially an Irish-like resistance group that did a lot of terrorist bombings and killed a lot of people because they wanted Northern Ireland liberated to, again, just complete Ireland. But they eventually realized this is not the way, and kind of moved more in the political aspect with their own parties.
Yep.
But what's so interesting about this film is you have Pierce Brosnan having a bigger role than you thought, and then you have Jackie Chan having a smaller role than you thought.
I will also make note that Pierce Brosnan does extremely good in this movie because he's not the villain. He's not like he's not like the evil mustache, wearing, in a trench. You know what I mean? Like, he's not the stereotypical villain.
He's not a James Bond villain or like a major villain you'll see.
Yeah, this would have been
where he's like, I am going to conquer the world. Muahaha. Like,
this is a guy that's basically trying to find a situation while covering his own ass because of reasons that we won't spoil. But how they work off each other and how it goes back and forth is
he's not out to be a bad guy, but he's not exactly doing it through legal means, I would say.
Yeah, while on Jackie Chan's note, it's very much a guy trying to do everything he can to find the information. Yeah. And technically, there's never like a concrete piece of evidence or anything of that nature that says Pierce Brosnan knows. Yeah. But essentially Jackie Chan's character knows.
And it's so interesting in this film as well because there's so many aspects. Like, I was surprised how many actual characters are in this film. But each has a part, and you slowly get the pieces together. And actually, I was very surprised because it will lead you down multiple ways where you think, oh, it's going to go this way, or then it's going to go this way, and you're like, wait a second.
Something happens.
Yeah, something's going to happen. I think I know what's going on. And it's really well done. But yeah, Pierce Brosnan and Jackie Chan both give great performances in this. The cinematography and like just the camera work and everything is great. A lot of films will have, like, example, after someone dies or is, like, grieving, you immediately see them find the body, and you immediately see them start grieving, and then it's just, like, them looking around, stuff like that. It doesn't happen like that. Actually, it's even more impactful in this because you're not even seeing it through Jackie Chan's, Kwan's eyes. You're seeing it through another person who is, like, getting photographs of the entire area. And they just happen to see them. And that, to me, is a lot more impactful because you realize how long he's been there, how long he's been holding essentially a dead body, and it's like, oh wow, that.
And when Jackie Chan does an admirable performance of a grieving father.
Yeah.
And it is impactful. Like, this guy is just broken. This is the one thing that was keeping him going, and it's gone.
Yeah.
And this movie, and he does a very good performance of. He's very much isolated. He has his mannerisms, but he's very much a man basically dedicated to his daughter.
Yeah. And also his tragic past, which we won't get into.
Yeah, and it really is a situation where once that daughter's taken away from him, he basically. His entire life goal is to find out who did it and kill him or them.
Yeah.
And this movie works very well. However, if we're going to the negatives, okay, I will say that if you were to take Jackie Chan out of this movie, you would maybe alter a very few things.
Yes,
like very minor things. And
this could have been a Pierce Brosnan IRA thriller. And it could have been very good. That said, you could also have it where Jackie Chan is just the main character, and you don't include Pierce Brosnan as much, and you have him more of the internal struggle. That doesn't that's less likely to happen, but it's still a possibility.
Yeah, and again, both sides have their leads. Both sides are interchanging, going back and forth, and it works.
Yeah,
it works very well. To be
fair,
it's
weird.
I will say it wasn't what I expected.
Can I actually infuse something?
Yeah.
So, 10 Cloverfield Lane infused thriller elements and sci-fi elements.
Mm-hmm.
Again, and it's been over a year, so I can say that. This film incorporates like Jackie Chan revenge action with a political thriller. And they go together, and a very few parts are like, okay, this may be getting a little long, but it works. And unlike other films that have tried to mesh two concepts and it just fails epically, this is another example of a different take that isn't just Taken. It's not just a guy going out and killing people to find his daughter.
Yeah, it's very different. But the other thing I will admit is I almost wish this movie would have focused a little bit more on Jackie Chan, giving him a lead, giving him something.
Yeah.
Because, again,
he was good in the
he
part
was great every moment he was in. Fantastic.
Yeah.
His fight sequences, were great as well.
They're also really gritty. I will say this. He gets hurt, but you still can tell the Jackie Chanisms.
Like for instance, like if you know a Jackie Chan movie, you know he doesn't kill.
Yeah.
And that is very much in this movie. Like, he is a man that refuses to kill anyone except for those he seems that actually committed the murder.
Yeah. But I think it's time to give a rating.
Yeah. And for me, if I were to base this on a score of with 5 being the average and
10 being amazing.
Yeah, 10, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
1 being...
I would give this movie a 6. But here's why. It's expertly shot. It's really done. It's slower paced, and maybe it's just me, but I was expecting something. I didn't get it.
Yeah.
And it's a good movie, but it also lacks a few things that don't make it great.
Yeah.
Listen. It's a high 6.
Okay.
Almost a 7. Like on the inch, just 7.
Yeah.
But my biggest note is the interesting conspiracies and all that. It just doesn't take away from the fact that this very much feels like Godzilla, and the fact that Godzilla is the one that is. Godzilla's on the poster.
Yeah.
Godzilla is the one that's supposed to show up, but he's in the movie 5 minutes.
See, actually...
I feel Jackie Chan got far more screen time.
When you first said that, I actually thought it was Godzilla King of the Monsters, where it's an American actor interjected in it, where you could take out his character entirely, and you still have the original Godzilla film to make some...
That too. That would work too.
But actually, it can be a little wordy, but god damn, the performances are really good in this film. And the political... side of it's so fascinating. It's shot really well. The just simple moments of people reacting to both negatively and positively, and also just how they would. Also the certain scenes, just how not I know soldiers, but like the police are reacting while they're staged for something. They're like, wait, what? But overall, it's a really grounded film, and actually, except for being a little bit slow. There's not many criticisms I can get, except for the fact you're right. You could pull Jackie Chan. So for that, actually, I was leaning more toward an 8. So how about we coincide and make it a 7?
I will agree with that.
Because again, I may be building up a little bit too much.
For me,
Yeah.
this movie was still good. It's still a good movie.
Yeah.
That's why it wasn't a movie that I immediately want to see again. It's a solid movie. It's a very good movie.
Yes.
But I noticed its flaws, and its flaws stuck out to me more than as much as the positives did, which is why I gave it a lower score. But I would still recommend you seeing this movie. It's still very good, and it's still it
was a welcome surprise to an actor.
Some people are gonna love this movie. Some people are not, and people going in thinking it's Taken, which I kind of was, are gonna be a little disappointed, and that's kind of why I have a lower score. But that's my personal. And again, we base these scores on personal enjoyment. Yeah, that was me. But I think someone that likes thrillers or things of that nature that maybe don't focus on the action are really gonna love this movie. Yeah. Because it really does do things in a unique way, and that I can appreciate about
that.
The film.
Also said, Pierce Brosnan and Jackie Chan. I know people Jackie Chan is the guy who does fight scenes. Yeah, but he's also a really good actor, and you can tell him in that. Beside what you believe outside of film, he's a damn good actor, and it shows in this film. Same thing with Pierce Brosnan, which I hope this is bring him back, because goddamn I miss him, and this is another film where it's he's a good actor. Put him in stuff. Please.
Also, this was made by quite a few Chinese which completely makes sense.
Yeah, that was weird. Seeing how many Chinese companies, but it makes sense. Literally, out of 10 films, the highest grossing films, I think number 8 is a Chinese film that has not released in the U.S.
Yeah, the other note I'll make here, let me just make sure I'm saying this right, because I want to make sure that I'm saying the right information, because I think this was done by Wanda Studios, which, was this produced by production company? God damn it. Wanda Pictures, here we go. I'm double checking because, this was, these guys bought Legendary, I'm 90% sure, Yep, they bought Legendary Entertainment for $3.5 million. Wanda Group is the big China. The reason why I say this is
I just see they own AMC theaters right there. Mm-hmm. So not only do they own a movie maker, they own.
Yeah, they are. They are the guys behind. They're kind of one of the reasons why the Great Wall was made.
Oh God.
That was kind of
such high quality filmmaking.
No, okay. But that's why you're seeing more and more
which is fine.
Stuff. Totally fine. But it makes sense in regards to this movie. And
if it's this quality of filmmaking coming from Chinese directors and actors and coming from it,
it's not a Chinese director.
I know it's a director from Casino.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Casino Royale.
Casino Royale. Thank you.
And GoldenEye. But no, this I found that very interesting on the opening. But in any case, final thoughts. Really good movie. Go see it.
God!
What?
I just realized he also directed Green Lantern.
Oh
wow! So
God damn! How do you do that?
How the fuck do you go from oh wow, that's ugh. Anyway, let's go to spoilers.
That's
God. Very few movies give a chill.
More than the movie, yeah.
Very few movies give you a chill. Green Lantern does. Anyway, spoiler. This movie is really dark. This police the police officers straight up torture people and then kill them. Jackie Chan is the best person there. But that being said, he's still crippling people. There's half a dozen people that he doesn't kill, he maims. And I thought about that what's worse? Your friend dying and you're I will fight for him, or seeing your friend carried off because he's a burnt leg, or spiked through the foot. Or an arrow in the gut, and you're
again, you're not gonna die from Jackie Chan, but you're gonna wish you did.
Yeah, you're gonna wish. It's goddamn, how's my health insurance? Am I still in the UK where they have universal? Okay, good to be here.
There was one moment that I was oh my God, he crossed the line. This is the part of the movie where he's gonna. It was what part with the dog?
Yeah. The dog. Yeah, I saw the dog. I'm what are you gonna do with the dog?
I instantly thought, oh my God, the dog's dead. He killed the dog, and he knows something now.
Hi, someone is in the corner, by the way, in case you're wondering why I'm over here. I'm over here. It's because there's a certain creature that's right by the mic and everything. I'm just keeping her calm.
She is your test audience. She's making sure that she's,
She's entertained right now. She's sitting and relaxing right near my mic. So I'm making sure I pet her before she jumps at the mic because of the cable. So anyway, back to this. Also, the actual, figuring out who is doing this, because you're it's the IRA. No, it's not. It's a fringe element of the IRA that Pierce Brosnan kind of like
disowns
and like doesn't want, because he wants the IRA to be a more political like peace.
Yep.
And that's the thing I loved. He didn't want to hurt anyone. He wanted to use a bombing for a
political
positive
means to get people
to get free his people
positive for himself
that
he
have been locked up for
yeah,
pardons.
He still wanted to blow up like a bank or something.
Yeah.
Like he still wanted to blow up places, but the only difference was he just didn't want people to die. And
Yeah.
because this other guy basically was like, no, we're going back to old roots, it kind of created like this mole situation and who can trust who. Which
Yeah.
the other note I will say is this movie does a very interesting thing with most movies. If there's a mistress and a wife,
Yeah.
both of them are just tools for the other, but both of these use him.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa.
And then you also think the nephew who's sleeping with the aunt, which again, weird enough, but
wait, isn't that but they're not related.
They're not. But it's still weird. But anyway, you think, oh, it's like, oh, he's in on it. No, he's not. He has no idea.
Yeah.
And I love that. I'm like, oh, he's the obvious bad guy. He's the muscle-bound.
He's honestly also the guy
nephew.
He's honestly also the guy that Pierce Brosnan does all this stuff for, and in the end, it kind of he gets screwed over by it.
Yeah.
Which
also, I like it, the heart-to-heart he had with Jackie Chan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Jackie Chan's like, because Jackie Chan fought in this movie with U.S. Special Forces in Vietnam, and then he escaped Saigon. Trying to, and eventually got to Singapore to be a U.S. citizen. Not a U.S., sorry, a U.K. citizen.
Yep.
But anyway, he lost his family while trying to get there. A large portion of his family. And which is why he has this backstory, and you realize, oh, wow. But then you also have the nephew who's a U.S. UK Special Forces who's in Iraq, and they talk a little about war stories.
I wish that, again, on the moment of I wish there was more, it seemed weird why he just let him go and why the other one. I understand there was a little bit of a camaraderie, but it didn't work.
I think he realized,
well.
like, I got the names. He is like, I got the he did. He finally got the names, and he's like, okay, thank you. That's all. That's all he wanted. He made multiple attempts. He did a fake bomb. Oh no, not a fake bomb.
He didn't do fake.
Which, by the way,
they
makes me scared to freaking death about every time I go out somewhere. I'm like, hey, do you want to buy some cleaner? I'm like, bomb. Hey, do you want some gummy bears? Bomb. I'm like, oh god, everything now can be made into a bomb.
Yeah,
which is terrifying.
Yeah, especially like the whole situation with like 2 beer bombs. It's like Lucky Logan. You may know this. Lucky Logan and this movie basically, anything can be a bomb.
I don't want to
gummy bears and
where I work and the people I deal with. I don't want these movies playing because fuck me.
You would just find gummy bears in a bag and be like, "What are you trying to do?" And
I know what you're doing. You're not gonna do it. But anyway,
again, final thoughts. We're giving it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
There's some good stuff in the movie that we're not going to spoil because it is good, but go see it. Highly recommended. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Can I say the police officer's reaction to finding the third bomb and running with the bomb was one of the best moments?
I would have just fucking blasted open the shield glass and chucked it.
For me, it's up there for like Batman carrying on the bomb, like the Batman movie in the 60s, where he has the bomb and he's looking for a place to drop it, and people are like running everywhere, and it's like, no, it's like, get out of my way. But overall, it's a great movie with Pierce Brosnan and Jackie Chan, and I recommend you seeing it if you like a thriller, action, political drama.
You heard him. You got to see it now.
Yeah. But in any case, this has been Greyshot 117
and 151, and we will see you next time when we do a review of.
Actually, you know what the next movie's probably going to be?
Dramatic pause.
You know what the next movie might actually be?
Happy Death Day.
It might be Happy Death Day, but it might be Samurai Jack when they remake.
That is true.
They're doing a remaster of it, which is why that. And then also, can you type in Justice League when that's coming out?
God, when is that coming out?
It depends how much Samurai Jack changes, if it would be even worth a review.
November 17th. I'm pretty sure Thor Ragnarok comes out.
Thor Ragnarok is when?
Release November 2nd.
So it'll probably be Thor at this rate.
Honestly I need to find a date. I need to find someone to go with, like, because Happy Death Day, I don't like horror movies, but I do like Groundhog Day and I do like Edge of Tomorrow. Yes. So I like that premise. So it has the same premise of,
and I've heard it's not really more of a horror film, it's more of a comedy.
Yeah, which is the other reason why I want to see it.
Okay, this could be good, but
it could be good.
Yeah, it could be. And also, Justice League and Thor could be good.
Oh my god!
Out of the two films, though, especially after Angry Joe pointed out some very interesting thing about color changing, because if you noticed in the first two Justice League, again, we're probably going to go on. The first Justice League trailer and the second one, when the final fight is a blue setting, and then they analyze the third fight and it has a red color palette to it. And
I totally didn't even notice. Oh my god, you're right.
And it's just like, oh boy. And you also point out some CGI. I'm like, oh god, no, not Doomsday again. We'll see. I'm holding. Please just make a good DC film. I'm just, please. But anyway, don't hold your breath, but I'm praying. But otherwise, we'll be seeing Thor, which I've heard really good things about. Maybe Death Day.
I am mad at Thor though. They
Why?
didn't bring back Lady Sif. You know why?
What?
She was one of the only things I found of interest in Thor 2. I hated Thor 2.
She's in the movie.
She is?
Anyway, this has been Greyshot 17.
And Greyshot 151.
And we'll see you next time.
Later, guys.
Yes, she's in the film.